So here's a reaction that I got at an event that I was speaking at with a bunch of loan officers who I was giving advice on how to create content, how to share it, metrics to worry about, metrics not to worry about, all that kind of stuff. It's a pretty basic class, just kind of giving an overview of content creation and social media, kind of like getting started. It was a 60-year-old guy. He basically said, I have 2 assistants with me and we have no idea what we're doing. We need direction on what to do. And it made me realize, how many people are there, not only in Dallas, Fort Worth, or in Texas, the whole country are in that exact same position where they're like, I have resources, but I have no idea how to use them. And I can imagine that gotta be so frustrating, where you have access to capital, you have access to time, you have access to all these different things to be active and present on social media. You just don't know where to get started. So that's why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to make this video for you if you are in that position where you're a broker, you are a loan officer with a team underneath you. And a lot of people know who you are in person, at church, in your social events, in your kid's school, your network, in person, at events, all that kind of stuff. But on social media and on your website and digitally, nobody knows who you are and you don't know how to get started. So that's what I want to make this video for. Here's what I would do if I were in your position. The biggest thing that you have over everybody else who's on social media. Let's say you're a realtor. Let's say I'm a realtor too. I've been in the business, I'm 34. Let's say I started when I was 23, 11 years. That's a pretty good number, right? That's a pretty big career already. And let's say I worked really hard, making good money, started a little team under me. We're doing great. You are 25 years older than me. What is the one thing that you have that I don't? You have a crap ton more experience than I have, which means you have some pretty amazing stories. You lived through 2008. You lived through the Iraq War 1 and 2. You've been through 9/11. You've been through the housing boom. You've seen housing booms. You've seen housing busts. You've seen rates go way up. You've seen rates go way down in a way that I have never seen. You have to use that to your advantage. And that's a very simple way for you to create a lot of content consistently that is also extremely valuable. So if I were you in your position, I would literally do this. Grab your phone, point it to you, and tell stories. Literally tell stories about your experiences, what you've learned, wisdom you've gained, lessons you've learned, experiences that you've experienced in the mortgage world, in the real estate world, and talk about that. And just cut that up into reels, into stories, into long form videos like this one, and create as much content as you possibly can, literally just sharing your experiences, because you have a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of information. You are the expert in your industry. You are the industry leader already in your community. It is you. You have all that information in here, and your job is to get it digitally so that when people do stumble upon you on social media, on your website, and all these social platforms, it's going to be the same as if they're meeting you in the street, in a happy hour, at church, at an event, at a school function. You want it to be the exact same thing, telling your stories. Look, there's 2 great examples of people who are doing this that are absolutely crushing it. The first one, I don't even remember this guy's handle, but it's this guy. He's like a dad. He's probably 55, 65. And all he does on social media is he pulls out his phone and does lessons about how to maintain your house, how to be a responsible adult. Hey kids, here's how to change a flat tire. Hey kids, here's how to change your oil. Hey kids, here's how to unscrew and rescrew a light bulb. Hey kids, here's how to do, here's how to tie the perfect knot on your trash bag. Little dumb things like that. He started that account for kids who don't have dads, teaching them how to do little things around the house that they can be independent adults when they grow up. His social accounts have blown up like crazy. This is a guy just like you who said, I have no idea what I'm doing on social media. What's a TikTok? What's the difference between a reel and a story? What is all this? This guy just started talking about what he knew, which was how to do stuff around the house, and it blew up. And he's got a massive following, massive influence, and he's doing it for a great cause. That's something that you can easily emulate and mimic. Another example is somebody that you probably know. His name is Ray Dalio. Fantastic guy, multi-billionaire, 74 years old, one of the greatest investors in our generation. This guy has such an incredible knack for predicting the future and seeing what's to come. He's been somebody that I've studied a lot. I love his principles. I love all the things he talks about. What he's done, which is really interesting, is he's done something very similar. On his Instagram page, on his TikTok accounts, and YouTube, all that stuff, he literally just probably puts a phone on a tripod like this and just starts talking about his experiences, managing all the funds that he's managed, all the investments he's made, all the things that he's foreseen, all the things that he's predicted, and he's just telling his story. You go to his social accounts, none of it has like the crazy captions or the B-roll or the effects, and he obviously doesn't care about his lighting or his camera because his videos objectively don't look that great. They're shot in potato quality phones, but he has experience. He has wisdom. He has the gray hairs and he has the skins on the back showing his success. So people listen to him. And this guy, Ray Dalio, we all know who he is. He's blown up his accounts. His accounts are massive. He's got hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers on social media by now. And he's somebody who doesn't understand these social profiles because he didn't grow up with that. He's not a millennial or Gen Z, but he realized one thing I have over all these people is an insane amount of experience. So if that's you, if you're in that position, that is exactly what I would do. Put a little strategy behind the stories that you can tell and what platforms you're gonna put them on. Pull out your phone and just go. Tell your stories, tell your experience, because that is something that you have over all of your competition. So if you found this video useful, please let me know in the comments below or share this with somebody who would find this video useful. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.